picture circulating on social media of you with your helmet off, blood running down your face, with a very stern or angry look on your face, and how you think that will resonate with your teammates as you try to lead them into action tonight.
Yeah, I saw the picture. I can't really tell you what was going through my mind at that time. Probably not very happy, but I don't know. It's kind of in terms of our mindset tonight. We're kind of putting game one behind us. We know we weren't our best. They pushed hard. They threw the first punch in this thing. We got to respond, come out, obviously battle, compete, but I think there's some X's and O's, some fundamental things that we can, get back to doing that are some strengths of our game. So, in terms of moving on to tonight, I think, woke up this morning and we're just focusing on game two.
Next up, Chantel Maccabee.
Thank you. Hello, Brendan. Because of the last game's result and the fact that you guys haven't won here since 3 years ago, a lot of people are saying that you don't stand a chance in this series. What do you say to those people?
Same thing we've said all along. Don't really care. We know what we are as a hockey team, and we believe in each other. We believe that when we play, the way we need to play, we play our game. We dictate the style of hockey it is. We can compete with anyone. I think we've shown that here through 3 rounds. Game one, we got away from that. I don't know if it was the whole, being in the finals for the first time and maybe trying to do a little bit too much, but made the game a little bit easy on them, fed into what they do well, and, they took advantage. They played a good game. But for us tonight, it's just getting back to our strengths and making sure that we're controlling the style of the game that we're playing here tonight.
Next up, Guillaume Lafrancois.
Hi, Brendan. Just a technical question, but were you assessed for like a concussion after the incident took place, because you had a pretty big gash on your head?
Yeah, they obviously ask. Anytime you get hit in the head, they ask. I have a pretty specific way of reacting when I have a concussion. Usually involves me yelling a lot, and I think the trainers understood. I was with it, pretty calm. They've seen me when I have those things, and they were no worries there. They obviously checked on me the day after. Not all that concerned about it. I took a pretty good shot. The ice is pretty hard, but felt fine and ready to move on.
Next up, Eric Engels.
Hey, Brendan. I think you did a pretty good job describing the mindset of your group. When you guys have had your backs against the wall or needed a big response, could you describe the feeling that's kind of overtaken the group, and whether or not that feeling is there today, that you'll be able to come out on the winning side tonight?
Yeah, I mean, from my experience in this league, the teams that handle these situations the best are the ones that, can really just sit back and simplify the whole situation that you're in, not get overwhelmed by it, not overthink it, understand, you win one hockey game and it changes the whole dynamic of the series. So all we have to do is be accountable to each other, and everyone shows up. And so far in the playoffs, we've been able to do that. And with that comes confidence that we can do it again. So you show up. It's not like you're putting any extra pressure on yourself or that you need to put the team on your back. You just need to do your job, trust that your teammates are going to do theirs. When you have that mindset, we've had success with it so far, so hopefully it continues. There's no reason it shouldn't.
Next up, Marc-Antoine Gaudin.
Thank you. Hello, Brendan. Your line has taken an even more prominent defensive role in the playoffs, whether it was by choice or byproduct of the circumstances. And I was wondering, how much of an impact do you think the deployment, the matchups, and the responsibilities end up having on your line's ability to produce defensively? Because clearly it's not a lack of hard work.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the matchups that we've had for the first 3 rounds anyways, it was pretty consistent that we were getting the other team's top lines and most, offensive players and, your role changers. I think looking at game one, we saw some different matchups. So I think when you're out against different players, then you probably expect to produce a little bit more. So I think if, who knows what it's going to be tonight. If the matchups are the same, I think the expectations change a little bit where we need to produce a little bit offensively. I think when you're against those top players, you have to kind of adjust a little bit and make sure that, you understand that if you keep them off the score sheet, your chances of winning the hockey game increase dramatically. So it changes a little bit. We'll see what happens here tonight. Both coaches and with the line matchup. So we'll see going forward. But obviously, if we saw it the way it was game one, I think doing a little bit more offensively is something that we can ask of ourselves.
A few more for Brendan. Next up, Jonathan Bernier.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Brendan. It looks like Yoel Armia will come back tonight in the lineup. What did you miss of him in the game one that he will bring back to the game tonight?
Well, that line has so much chemistry, and it's nothing against Jake here. I think Jake's been an unbelievable playoff player for us all season. When he's come in the lineup, spot starts. He's given our team jump and energy, and it was a tough situation. He'd been off for so long, but when you throw Army in that line, they're three big bodies that cycle the puck so well. They create so much momentum for us with those ozone shifts, and they're tough to play against, and they just work well together. So hopefully the three of them can pick up, obviously where they left off.
John Warrow.
Hey, Brendan. Sorry, it's a bit of an off-the-wall question, but in your time in Montreal, and how do you draw? Like, have you ventured over to the Forum and maybe draw upon any inspirations there, just knowing how historic that site is, and I'm just wondering about that.
I've been to the Forum, but for anyone that's been there now, it's a movie theater, so there's not a whole lot. There's a few seats left from it, but we're well aware of the history of what it means to be a Montreal Canadien. We have legends all around our team. Getting the chance to speak to them, talk to them. They come watch us play, and these just aren't names. These are some of the biggest names to ever play the game, and you don't need any more inspiration than just looking up and seeing all the championship banners. So every single guy in that locker room has an understanding of, what it means to be a Montreal Canadien, and how special and how great of an opportunity it is.
Last question for Brendan, Joe Smith.
Hey, Brendan, I know you were around when Sergachev first came into the league as a rookie briefly with you guys. What do you remember about him then? And what are your thoughts on what kind of player he's turned into now 4 years in?
Yeah, I mean, he only played, I think it was 9 games or something with us, so he never saw him a ton. We knew he was going to be good. I don't think that was any secret. Knew he was going to be a good player. I think he's probably found a home here in Tampa, playing in a certain role on this team, and they're comfortable with him. He's a good player for him. Log some heavy minutes, play some power play time for them. So, I don't think there's any secret there. I think everyone knew he was going to be a good player. And that's what he turned out to be.